in 1981, I had a car for sale. Doorbell rang, this innocuous older fella showed up at my door. He began asking questions about the car, and pretty quick got into a pretty intense interrogation almost about my spiritual life. Peter kept asking me where I went to church. I didn't go to church. He said that he went to this really good church that I probably would enjoy. I said, what church is that? He said, it's All Souls Episcopal. The subject of the T-men's soccer team came up somehow in the conversation. I'm not sure how that came up. Pretty soon, I got him off my doorstep. The next morning, a Saturday morning, I picked up the paper at the front door, and I was looking for sports, and it opened to the religion section. There was a picture of a man, and his name was Whitey Hogan. That name had come up in my conversation. He was the rector of All Souls. And the article was about the T-men's soccer team being a family. All through the article, everything that we had talked about in that conversation on my doorstep on Friday came up in that article. And as I read it, I was getting riveted to my chair. And when I got finished reading the article, I just happened to notice that the name in the right-hand corner, the writer of the article was Barbara White. The next morning, I got up quite early and had a sense that I needed to go to that church. It was just a whole different environment from anything we had ever known in our lives. And one pretty dynamic service on Sunday the 13th made me realize that I had to do something about my life. And on Monday morning, September the 14th, I went down to All Souls and virtually interrupted their morning meeting because I had to see the rector, because I needed to make a decision. I went in and sat down with Whitey Hogan, and we spent about 3 hours in his office, and I got a full impact of what living water meant. Peter Swalek, when we got into All Souls, Peter Swalek had nothing to do with evangelism. And there's not a way in the world that he could have planned to come to my house and do what he had done. The deadline for an article for the Florida Times-Union to appear Saturday had to obviously be before Saturday. So it probably was sometime Friday or before. So the article was written, and Barbara White was involved in this story long before that conversation ever occurred. My personal situation that had to be receptive to this could not have been orchestrated. The point is that the Holy Spirit had to have overseen this and been watching this whole scenario unfold, not just my life, but Barbara's life, Peter Swalek's, all the players at All Souls, as a matter of fact, to orchestrate coming to the point on that Monday morning where I accepted Christ.